Hey there, guys. This is Combat Painter and his winter tabletop baseball broadcast channel. And I am replaying start number 27 for deGrom's 2.0 replay that I'm doing using Payoff pitch. And I'm going to get right down to it. Right now, deGrom stands at 15 and 4. He was, I believe, 5 and 5 or something to that effect. Nowhere near where he is the way he's dominating here in the second round of replays that I do. The first one he was ended up 18 and 2. So he's got 5 more starts. This is start number 27 versus the Dodgers. He'll be facing Alex Wood, um, and and it looks like it's going to be a pretty good game, I hope. So let's get started. It's going to be Wood versus Ahmed Rosario. And that's going to be, out of all the places, all right, there you go. It's a 7. It's going to be in play. And a 72, an in play 72 versus a lefty. It's going to take us to the out range, and that's going to be a ground ball. 72, fly ball, excuse me. Fly ball to right field. One away. And that's a 7, that's in play. And that's an 80, in play 80. Give me a fly ball again, lifted to center, 2 outs. And that's the third 7 that we've rolled in play, 96, in play 96. And it's Wilmer Flores, flies out to left field. Pedersen there makes the catch. In the bottom of the first for the Dodgers, it's going to be, excuse me, have this thing going on here. So I'll be coughing every so often. Pedersen, Turner, and Machado. There we go. And it's going to be deGrom. On the left here, I got a couple of screens. A 10-inch screen on my right, I'm doing iScore. And on my left, I got some stats for the game, the box score. And then in the middle, off camera, I have some fast action cards, which I will pull up periodically, and you will see how that works. And let's get going here with deGrom pitching to Peterson, excuse me. And that's going to be an 8. That's tough 0-7. Tough 0-7 is a strikeout. Justin Turner, that's a 9. That's patient, a 36. A patient 36. It's going to be a base on ball, so we have our first base runner of the game. Justin Turner manages a walk off deGrom. I have some issues here grabbing cards and so on. All right, it's Manny Machado. Towards the end of the season, so Machado's been on the Dodgers for a while. And that's an 8. That's a tough pitch. Hey, man, how you doing there, Beatles? Let's go Dodgers. 8. That's tough, and it's a 76. A tough 76 is going to take us into the out range. It's a ground ball, potential double play. We rolled an 8. Double play on deGrom is 7, so now it's going to be a fielder's choice. That was a 76. That's going to be a 4-6 fielder's choice. 2 away now. And it's going to be Muncy. Max Muncy has good power. Hit 8 home runs from the left side and 27 versus a right-hander, so deGrom better watch it. Muncy 4, that's a tough pitch. 57. A tough 57 is a strikeout. So Muncy down on strikes. Alex Wood takes the mound for the Dodgers, against Michael Conforto. He'll be facing Conforto, Frazier, and Bruce. Here's the pitch. And that's a 7. That's in play 41. And in play 41, oh, just misses a base hit and takes us to a pop-up to the right side. And the first baseman, Bellinger, makes the catch. Todd Frazier, third baseman for the Mets, played with the Yankees in 2017. That's a 6. That's tough. A 45. A tough 45. It's a strikeout. And Jay Bruce, 9. I need to be ambidextrous with this thing. I roll with my left, it'll be much easier. 9 is a tough reading. 83, we go to the, there's nothing in the section there, so you go down to the out range, and that's going to be a fly ball center field. Center fielder is Alex Verdugo. And that's 3 up, 3 down for the Mets. All right. It's going to be Verdugo. He's a left-handed hitting outfielder. Had 59 at bats versus righties, batted .271 with 4 doubles and a home run. There he is. Here's the pitch from deGrom. And that's an 8. That's tough. An 84. Tough 84. Going to be a ground ball to McNeil at second. Over to first. I wonder what they're going to do with McNeil this year, since they have Cano. Or is Cano going to play first base? So Cano plays first base. McNeil, who hit in 300s in the 2 months that he came up for the Mets, is probably guaranteed a spot. And then the Canos are going to be at first, I imagine, or third. But they still have Frazier, so interesting what the Mets are going to be doing with that situation. Cano on the Mets, which is a good thing for me. I'm a big fan of Cano. The pitch from deGrom, that's a tough 20. Tough 20 is a strikeout. So Bellinger goes down on strikes, and now it's Yasmani Grandal. And that's a 7. That's an in-play 17. I'd say Cano at first. Yeah, could be. 7. That's an in-play 17. In-play 17. We look here, and it's going to be a base hit. It's a single for Grandal. Doesn't have much speed, so he's not going to be a threat on the base paths. But then you have Puig. Let's see what Puig can do. Puig now a Red, a Cincinnati Red. Kind of sad to see him leave the Dodgers. He was a little wacky entertainment. 5, that's a tough 80. A tough 80 is going to be a fly ball to center. Austin Jackson, recently acquired center fielder by the Mets, is there, makes the catch. And that's all she wrote. We go to the top of the third. It's going to be Devin Mesoraco. A lot of movement nowadays. When I like playing the old sets where you have the same players, and it's unusual that you have too much change and you have the same lineup almost every day. And kind of fun that way, you get to know the players. Anyway, here's the pitch from Alex Wood. It's going to be a 9. That's a tough, a 63, tough 63. A tough 63 from a left-hander is going to go into the out range, and that's a fly ball to right. Puig is there. Showboats it as usual. Jeff McNeil. McNeil's batting 8th today. And that's a 2. That's a wheelhouse for McNeil. 74. A 74 from a lefty. Oh, that's going to go into the out range. And that's going to be a ground ball at Machado. He fires it to first. That shotgun arm that he's got. And 2 away here in the top of the third inning. And it's deGrom. And that's a 5. That's a ballpark for deGrom. 0-7. A ballpark 0-7. He's a 5-pitcher hitting card. So a 7 is going to be a single. So deGrom gets the first Mets hit of the game, and you're going to have Ahmed Rosario now. Move to the leadoff spot. Spend most of the season batting 8th and 9th for the Mets. Oh, did I? Okay, there it is. 5. That's a ballpark again off Alex Wood. And it's going to be a 39. A ballpark 39, a right-handed batter. That's going to be Wheelhouse, and we're going to pull a card now. Fast Action deck. It's a 60, so it's going to 60 in. Did we say it was a Wheelhouse? Yes, we did. So it's a 60 Wheelhouse, and it's a 61. It just makes it. It's a single. We're going to pull another card. It's going to tell us what happened. And it's a line drive into center field. Runners advance 1 base. I could send deGrom for a second one, but I'm not going to roll to do all that right now. He's a pitcher. I don't want him getting hurt, sliding around and so forth. I want to avoid that situation, especially with the ace of the staff, right? Okay, so it's going to be Austin Jackson. Jackson flied out in his first at bat, runs on first and second. And 37, I'm sorry, it's an 8. It's a tough, and then it's a 37, a tough 37. That's a strikeout from a lefty as well. All right. So Austin Jackson down on strikes. And Alex Wood is coming up for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the pitch from deGrom. There's no score. Bottom of the third. Mets at Dodgers. That's a 5. That's a tough, a 37. That should be a strikeout. Alex Wood is a 1. That's a strikeout for sure. Jacques Peterson. I called him Pedersen before. My son gets on me for doing that. 8, tough. 88, a tough 88. That's way up in the out range, and that's a ground ball. Chopped to McNeil. Neal flips it to first. 2 away. And Justin Turner, he walked. 10, that's a tough, a 64, a tough 64. That's in the out range, and that's going to be a ground ball to Frazier. Frazier across the diamond. 3 up, 3 down. There's no score. We go to the top of the fourth. Alex Wood versus deGrom. It'll be Wilmer Flores leading it off. Wilmer Flores, a Met for 10 years since they signed him out of Venezuela from the time he was 16 years old. No longer a Met. I think he has the all-time game-ending hit record for the Mets. And that's a pitch from Wood, an 8. That's a tough pitch, 35. Tough 35 is going to be a pop-up to the right side. And the second baseman, McNeil, calls for it and makes the catch. I'm sorry, Muncy makes the catch. I don't know, I got lost there. Didn't know who was batting. Michael Conforto, 1 out. And that's a 10. That's a patient, a 47. A patient 47 is going to be a line drive base hit single for Conforto. Conforto on a first. Frazier, a 4. Patient 76. A patient 76. It's going to take us into the out range. It's a fly ball. A few steps back goes center fielder Verdugo. He's got it. 2 away now. No score here. And it's going to be Jay Bruce. Jay Bruce, also a Mariner, was sent over in that Cano trade. Cano and Diaz for Bruce and some other doofus. 3 in play, 0-2. In play, 0-2 is going to be a double with a runner on first, and Conforto is going to be waved home. And throw is not nearly in time, so it's an RBI double. RBI double by Jay Bruce. A 3 in play, and then a 0-2. Double checking that against a lefty is a double. And Conforto scores with 2 outs. Any 6 or higher scores off a double when on first base. So the Mets lead at 1-0. Now, deGrom's record is, this is my cat visits me, leaves all these little hairs. deGrom's record right now in the replay as it stands is 15-4. Okay, so that's a 10. Patient 49, a patient 46. A patient 46 is a walk. So Mesoraco walks, and now you have the rookie first baseman Jeff McNeil. That's a 5. That's a ballpark. A 48, a ballpark for a lefty. And that's going to be wheelhouse. That's going to be in McNeil's wheelhouse. So all the way up to 57, he's going to have a hit. But it's 1-14 to knock one out of the park. See what that is? It's a 29. A 29 is going to be a double. So Bruce is going to score for sure. Mesoraco is going to have to hold at third. And we can look at that right here. Double. Oh, no. Mesoraco is going to be waved home. And the throw offline. And both runners score on the double. So the Mets lead at 3-0 now. So the Mets getting to Alex Wood here in the top of the 4th inning. And deGrom, the batter, McNeil takes his lead off second. It's a 9. It's tough. A tough 23. That's a strikeout. But the damage has been done here. In the top of the 4th, the Mets come up with 3 big runs. And they now lead it by a score of 3-0. Go to the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be Machado leading it off. Machado sits as an unsigned free agent this year. And that's an 11. And that's going to be a ballpark. A ballpark 96. Right-handed 96 is in play. Let's pull the card. 36 on in play 36. It's a base hit. So Machado on with a single. Excuse me. Manny Machado singles off deGrom to lead it off. deGrom is so good that the Mets don't need to get a huge cash from. Yeah. deGrom was he was dominant, man. Dominant last year. A 1.70 ERA. Poor guy won 10 games, lost 9. I mean, and if you look, if I've really gone over the box scores because I played this the second time I play the replay, and you'll see that a lot of the games he was right in them till the end, or he left with a lead. So the Mets either, and there were, I mean, he didn't give up many runs, and the Mets either didn't score for him, or when he did have a 1 or 2 game run lead, the bullpen kind of walked the bases loaded, gave up a couple of hits, and boom, they lost the game. Or they would allow the game to be tied, and then they'd take it a little bit further, and then the win would go to one of the relievers. So there should be partial wins for that. I mean, the one-loss thing is totally crazy nowadays anyway, when everybody's getting pulled after 5 innings. All right, so it's Max Muncy. Nobody's out. Let's see if we can turn this into a competitive game, because deGrom doesn't allow that very often. So it's a 7. It's in play, so that's an advantage. 41 and in play 41. Oh, just out of the range from Muncy. He batted .266 against righties, but no, is right out of the range there. 41 is going to be a pop up to the left side, and that's going to be Rosario calling for it, and that's 1 away now. So Muncy lost an opportunity there to. deGrom left that pitch over the plate. I wish the Bucks spent some. Snag a dominant pitcher, yeah. The Bucks, go Bucks. I agree. I watch the Bucks. I like the Bucks. 8. That's a tough, and that's a 76. A tough 76. Gonna look in the tough range. It's gonna take us to the out range, and that's a fly ball center field. 2 away now. Two away. That's Jackson with the catch. And a Bellinger now. 2 outs. Run around first. 3-0. New York, bottom of the 4th. And that's a 5. That's a tough 0-1. A tough 0-1's a strikeout. So Bellinger strikes out for the 2nd time. And the Mets bringing up Ahmed Rosario. Rosario's 1 for 2 on the day. Ahmed Rosario. Here's the pitch from Wood. And that's a 6, tough 62, a tough 62, just out of the hit range. And that's a line drive caught by the shortstop, Machado. 1 away. Top of the fifth. 3-0 Mets. And that's an 11. That's defense. We're going to look at how that works. Use the fast action card. You look at the range for the center fielder. Now I'm going to use the 58. And I just look real quick here at the range, no matter what it is. 58, I'm going to have to check, because the only time a 58 won't be an out will be if he's an F. So I will have to check him. Sometimes, if that wouldn't be the case there, in other words, if I had rolled like a 90 or an 80, I know that it's automatically an out, so I don't have to really check. I don't write down all the stats like some other guys do. I find it's not necessary. It doesn't happen enough. So Verdugo, I'll tell you what he is. He's a center field range D. So that's a 52, but we rolled a 58, so it's an out. So only if he had been an F would it have been a hit. So that's a fly ball center field, and that's the way I do it. It saves me a lot of time, a lot of labor. All that writing all those numbers for every game is real labor intensive. Okay, so Wilmer Flores. It's the pitch from Wood. Oh. That's not. There it goes. 6, tough. And it's a 52. A tough 52 is going to be an out. A grounder comebacker to Wood. Wood flips it to the first baseman. 1-3. Out number 3. Okay, deGrom. All right. Rosario. I'm going to do this because it's easier for me. I like it better. All right, let me see. All right, here's the pitch from deGrom to Grandal. It's a 4. That's a tough. It's a 97. A tough 97. Going to take us into the out range, and that's a fly ball lifted to right field. And Bruce has got it. Puig is 0 for 1. He grounded out. And that's an 8. That's a tough pitch. 80, a tough 80. It's going to be a fly ball center field. Austin Jackson, a few steps to his left. 2 away. Could be an easy inning here for deGrom. And that's a 3. That's a tough, a 32. A tough 32 for Alex Wood, who we're going to keep in there right now. It's a strikeout. You know what? Hold on a second, because I just realized that Alex Wood can only go 5 innings, and he becomes fatigued. He already pitched 5 innings, so we're going to have to pull him. We're going to have to pull Wood for a pinch hitter. I'm going to see who pinch hit in this game real quick. I have some stats next to me here on the left and an 8-inch iPad. And I'm going to pull up this game. Mets at Dodgers, and actually use the same players. As much as possible, within reason, try to keep it as actual historical as possible. I really like that aspect of it. Now, the first pinch hitter was Matt Kemp, and we'll bring Kemp in here. Why not? I mean, everybody's got some power. So we're going to bring in Kemp to pinch hit for Wood. So he's pulled. And Matt Kemp is there. Going to re-roll for Matt Kemp. And that's a 6. That's a tough 29. A tough 29. It's a strikeout. So Kemp comes in and strikes out after sitting on the bench for 5 innings. Cold as ice, like Foreigner says, right? And Kemp strikes out. So 3 up, 3 down for the ace. And we're going to have a new pitcher now. A new pitcher, and we got all the pitchers stacked up over here. Ryan Matson's going to come in. He played in this game. And he's going to pitch to Conforto, Frazier, and Bruce. Yeah. I love that. I have a station, a Pandora station, that when I'm not doing these broadcasts, I put the headphones on with my Bluetooth, and I just listen to the Foreigner station on Pandora that I created, and I get to hear a lot of Fleetwood Mac and a lot of Foreigner, AC/DC, like some great stuff from the 70s. Takes me way back. I love that. So Ryan Matson is on the mound. Let's see if we have him already in here, or we have to write him in. Add sub. Yeah, Ryan Matson. What a character he is. All right, been around a long time, this Matson, and he doesn't go away. All right, so Michael Conforto is 1 for 2. He flied out and singled. Here's the pitch from Matson. It's a 3-0 Mets lead in the top of the 6th. And that's a 10. It's a ballpark for Matson. A ballpark 47 for a lefty. It's going to take us into the wheelhouse range. So lefty batter is what I meant to say. Not versus a lefty, but a lefty batter. And it's going to be 1-53. That ball is deep and out of here. Let's see what we're going to pull a card now. Fast action. And it's an 82. That's going to take us into a line drive base hit single. Left-handed pitcher. I should look at the right-handed pitcher. That's going to be also a single. So it's a single for Conforto. Conforto on at first with a single. Matson to Frazier now. Frazier's 0 for 2. And that's a 6. That's a tough range. 51, a tough 51. Oh my goodness. And that just gets over the strikeout range. The 51 becomes a double. And we're going to look and see what happens. Runner advancement right on these cards. A double grounded down a right-handed left field line. Runners advance 2 bases. So right off the bat, in comes Matson and allows 2 hits. And now the Mets have runners on second and third, nobody out. In a 3-0 game, this could be, this could be it if the Mets allow these runs to score. So it's going to be Jay Bruce, a lefty, coming up. And you know what? We're going to walk Bruce just to have the bases loaded and have more opportunity for a ground ball to basically get to one of the bases a little bit quicker. So we're going to intentionally walk the lefty and to pitch to Mesoraco. Mesoraco's flied out and walked. Okay, here's the pitch. Infield's in now. It's 12, tough. 32. Hopefully that's a strikeout, and it is. Down on strikes goes Mesoraco. Next is McNeil, the lefty. And you know what? We're going to have to bring in a lefty for McNeil. And that's not going to take very long because we got them all stacked up here. Zach Roskup. Look at that. Roskup is ready to roll. We will have to write him in, though. Roskup. And before anything, we're going to put in... Let's put in Matson. Now we're going to put in Roskup. Going to have to write in Roskup because he's not even in here. Zach Roskup. And he's a lefty. Bats righty, but throws lefty. And Roskup. Yes. All right, Roskup is going to be facing the lefty McNeil. Here's the pitch. Bases loaded. Infield in, 1 out. 3-0 Mets. I was going to say Yanks. And that's a 2. That's a defense. Oh, this is exciting. Let's see what happens here. So we're going to pull this. It's going to say potential error Roskup. So it's a comebacker to Roskup. This could be a double play. You never know. Let's see what happens. So it's a potential error here. So we're going to look at, before I do anything else, even though I can see his fielding rating right there, which is a 3 fielder. And we're going to look at, it's a 15, and that's going to be an error. Let's see what happens here with the error. Error to pitcher. Not good. So it is an error. And we're going to look, there we go. It says right here, we're going to look at this other number, an 8. It's going to be a 1-base error by the pitcher. So that's going to allow Conforto to score the 4th run. So it's going to be an E1. Everybody advances 1 base. Bases are still loaded, only 1 out. And it's going to be deGrom. deGrom batting. I'm going to let him bat. And that's a 7. And that's a Ross Cup wheelhouse. It's a Ross Cup wheelhouse. Wow, okay. Let's get deGrom to bat from the left side. We have him as a righty batter. The lefty batter. Okay, I just did that in my save. All right, so it's a wheelhouse. So that is trouble. And it's a wheelhouse automatically. So that takes us to this section here, the wheelhouse section. And we have a 21. A 21 is a base hit. A single soft looper into short right field. Runners advance 2 bases. So that's a 2-run single for deGrom. 2-run single for deGrom. Ross Cup needs to go back to the bullpen and work on his pitching, because he just gave up a 2-run single to the pitcher here in what was at one point a tight game. It isn't anymore. It's a 6-0 Mets lead right now, and it's Ahmed Rosario, and that's going to be it for Ross Cup. More like I don't know what to tell you. All right. So Dylan Floro is going to come in. Dylan Floro, another pitching change. Towards the end of the season, you got a lot of pitchers sitting out there. Dylan Floro, we're going to have to write him in, I believe. Yep. He's not in there either. Dylan, a righty, to face the right-handed batting Rosario. Floro. I don't even know what to tell you right now. We're going to just play the infield in, 6-0. Goodness gracious. We're going to play the corners in, and Machado and Muncy are going to be back for the double play. Even though Rosario is not hitting to a few double plays. So 7, that's in play again. Not good, not a good in play. 77. 77. Against a righty, it's going to take us into the out range. A 77 is a ground ball second base, and we may get a double play out of it. It's a 7, so it's a double play there. It needs to be a double play on Rosario, and it's a 4-6-3 double play. So we got what we needed to get out of this inning. Ground out, 4-6-3 double play. Run does not. What happened to the runner that was on third base? Held up. The runner at first base is doubled off, and that's it. So luckily, it worked out for us, keeping that middle of the infield back rather than bringing everybody in at that point. With a 6-0 game, I was like, man, we're desperate here. We need some luck. So deGrom is still in there, and deGrom is going to be facing Peterson, Turner, and Machado. Here's the pitch from Jacob. And let's see, it's a 6. That's a tough pitch. It's a 13, a 6-13. It's a strikeout. 1 away. And that's a 4. That's a 41. A tough 41. Oh, right out of the hit range. Takes us into the out range. Popped up to the right side. Second baseman is there. And Manny Machado. Machado is 1 for 2. He's hit into a fielder's choice and singled. That's a 9. That's patient. 74. Patient 74. Again to the out range. And that's going to be a ground ball. Second base. McNeil over to the first baseman. Flores out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the master. The master ace. Jacob deGrom looking good for his 16th win of the season. And he'll have 4 more starts to win 20. He's got to win all 4 consecutively, because that's all he has left after this one. This will be his 16th. It looks good for that. But let's not, count our eggs before they're hatched. And it's Austin Jackson going to come up. And here's the pitch from Floro. It's the top of the 7th. 5, tough. 15, a tough 15. It's a strikeout. One away. Wilmer Flores. Flores is 0 for 3. And that's a patient 63. Patient 63. Oh, just out of the hit by pitch range. And it takes us to the ground ball. Pull to the third baseman. Turner. Nice scoop. 2 down. And it's Michael Conforto who's 2 for 3. 8. That's a tough 45. A tough 45 is a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for Dylan Floro. It's going to be Max Muncy. He's 0 for 2. deGrom's pitching a 2-hitter here. 8. That's a tough 59. Tough 59. And that's going to be a liner into left center. It's cut off by the left fielder, and it's going to be a double for Muncy. So Muncy doubles. The 8 is tough, but 50, 59. Let's double check that. 59 is a double. He just made it. So Muncy's on at second with the Dodger third hit of the game. Max Muncy. Verdugo 0 for 2, the lefty. And that's a 2. That's defense. Let's have some fun with that now. Tells me it's a potential error by the third baseman, Frazier. We're going to look at this number we rolled, a 14. That's an error no matter what. So I don't even have to look. It's an error no matter what kind of error rating he has, whether it's the worst or the best and so forth. So let's see. It's an error. We're going to look at 7 here. Error 7 is a 1-base error. So Frazier boots it and runs on first and third now with nobody out. Excuse me. And Cody Bellinger runs on first and third. Nobody out. And that's a 6. That's a tough 74. A tough 74. Take us to the out range, and that's a ground ball second base. That has potential for a double play, but no. The throw not in time. Bellinger can really get down that line for sure, but that's going to score a run. It's going to be a run. It's a 4-6. Fielder's choice. Oh, no. He's safe at home. And then there's a force out there. So Bellinger's on at first. And it's going to be Grandal with 1 out. 7-1 now. There goes the shutout. Just like that. Sorry, 6-1. And that's a 4. That's a tough. A 0-0. That's going to be a rare play. Let's see how this plays out. Rare play. We're going to look at the 4. And we're going to look at the rare play chart with a runner on base. Rare play chart. And we're going to look that up here real quick. I'm going to show you. Rare play chart with a runner on base. And we said it was a 4. Scorching line drive to third base. If A or B, Frazier, I don't know that he's A or B. Let's see what Frazier is here. Todd Frazier is a C range. So scorching line drive, range CD rate, knocks the ball down, infield single. All right, good. Knocks the ball down, infield single, first and second. So Yasmani with a scorcher that Frazier could only knock down, and it's first and second with 1 out, and it's Yasiel Puig. And that's a 12. That's a tough 99. Whoa. It's a fly ball to left field. 2 away. Conforto right there. 2 away. And it's not Matt Kemp. He's been out a long time, but we left his card in there. So we're going to bring in another pinch hitter. It's going to be David Freese, who pitches pinch hits in this game. David Freese is going to pinch hit. So let's see if Freeze is, nope, you have to write him in as well. All right, David Freeze. He's a righty, right-handed hitter. Runners on first and second. This is taking a while here. David Freeze, runners on first and second, 6-1. Pitch from deGrom. It's a 6. That's a tough pitch. It's an 18. A tough 18 is a strikeout. Freeze down on strikes to end the inning. Got a new pitcher now. It's going to be Kenta Maeda. Kenta Maeda. 3.81 ERA, 8-10 record, 20 starts, 39 games. So he was in a starter and a reliever. So Kenta Maeda, and he's not even in there either. I don't know what happened last time I played. They played this team 2 times in 2018. So Kenta Maeda, because once I put them in there, they stay in there. Players, once I write them in, they're in there for the next game. But I guess I didn't use a lot of these players in the first time we played them. All right, so it's going to be Todd Frazier. Todd Frazier made an error and then knocked down a ball. He had a tough time of it in that last inning. Top of the 8th here. It's a 6-1 lead for deGrom. And that's a 12. That's a wheelhouse for Frazier. A wheelhouse 72. A wheelhouse 72 against a righty. It's a single, base hit single. Frazier's on with a knock right there. And it's Bruce. It's a 7. That's a patient 47. Patient 47 is ball 4. We're on first and second now. Mesoraco, who's 0 for 2. And that's a 6. That's in play 0-3 and in play 0-3. And that is going to be swung on and hit the opposite field. Runner's going to advance 2 bases. So in to score is Frazier. Stopping at third is going to be Bruce. And it's an RBI double for Mesoraco. RBI double by Mesoraco. Seven to 1 now. Nobody out. Runners on second and third. McNeil's going to get walked for the pitcher spot. Intentional walk to McNeil. And the pitcher, deGrom, is going to get pulled, I believe, at this point. 7-1 game. There's no reason to keep him in there any longer. I'm going to see a pinch hitter. Let's see who pinch hit from this game for the Mets. And then who pinch hit and who pitched. Gazelman pitched in this game. Ray is, you know what? No, there's a kid called Jack Reinheimer. Jack Reinheimer. He's got one of these specialty cards. See what? There he is. Got to see this card. This is a hilarious card. This is the great thing about Payoff Pitch. Every single player is available to you. And the standard set is huge. It comes with, 30 some odd players. So it's great for replays, for historical guys that like to do historical replays. Now, for guys that are more into leagues and all that, they don't really care so much about that. They just want that big hitter with the 60 home runs and the 200 walks. But for a guy like me, this is like perfect. I get all the players, and then you have the fringe players. This is a fringe card where you just, it's great customer service. The guy must be sitting on his computer all the time at his emails, because every time I email, 5 minutes later, I got a response. So I love this. I love this customer service. So Jack Reinheimer, he had 30 at-bats, played in 21 games. He actually pinch hits in this game. So he's going to face Maeda with the bases loaded. And the infield's back. 6. That's in play again. Wow, Maeda's had some tough luck. And that's going to be 43. And in play 43. Oh, it's just out the range there. 43 is going to be a ground ball to third base. Roll a 6, a double play there, and a double play here. And it's going to be, what did I just say, 43? It's going to be a 3-6-3 double play, a run scores, but 2 big, huge outs. So that's enormous. It's going to be a 3-6-3 double play. 1 run scores, the other run advances. This guy, second at first, is out. You know what? Why couldn't I? Well, then I would have had to have a play home there. If I would have gone 3-2, 3-2-3 or something like that, or 3-2-5. If I would have had the infield in, perhaps that could have happened. Okay, so 3-2-3, 3-6-3, excuse me. 3-6-3. No, wait a second. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay, there's a run on third now. Mesoraco's on third. He was on second. 1 run scored. It's 8-1. And this was deGrom's pitcher hitting card, and it's Ahmed Rosario. Rosario is 1 for 4, and that's a 10 off my Ada. An 81. That's a tough 81. A tough 81 takes us to the out range, and that's gonna be a fly ball center field. And that's going to be caught out there by Verdugo for out number 3. Man, that inning could have been much, much, much worse. Big, huge double play started off by Bellinger. Okay, so it's going to be Jock Peterson now. Peterson is going to be facing... who did we say we're going to bring in for the Mets? Who did we say? Let's look over here again. Somebody, I'd like to bring in these guys that I never get a chance to. Oh, Drew Smith. There you go. Drew Smith. Unusual character, Drew Smith. Yeah, he's played in 27 games, had 28 innings pitched, 34 hits allowed, and a 3.54 ERA with a 1-1 record. So I like bringing these fringe type guys, the guys that you don't really know too much. That's the beauty of baseball for me. They sit around all day, and sometimes week in and week out waiting for that one opportunity, that one at bat, or that one chance out on the field, or that one pitch out of the bullpen, or that one start. I mean, this is truly a labor of love, baseball. Baseball is something special, man. All right. Think about those guys that play year in and year out as platoon players, I was looking at a guy, man, he played in the early 70s. He was a pinch runner extraordinaire for the Oakland A's. Oh, I can't remember his name. Was it Matt Alexander? Something like that. Anyway, this guy had played 9 seasons. Never did he have more than 11 hits. He had more runs scored than hits every single year. Just mind-boggling, and I think it was, yeah, baseball is just the best, beyond words, man. But talking about this guy Matt Alexander, he was a professional pinch runner, okay, for the A's, primarily for the A's. Yet you'd think that he was like 100% stealing bases, but no, he was like 50-50. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I agree. I love baseball. Play baseball, only baseball year-round here. All right, so it's going to be Drew Smith. Going to bring him in. And he's pitched for us, so he's in here somewhere. Drew Smith. There you go. So he's going to be... Why do I have this going on here? I got some relaxing jazz in the background instead of my baseball sound effects. All right, here goes. Sorry, I missed that one. All right, here's the pitch to Peterson, and that's an 8. That's tough 59. A tough 59 from a right-hander. 59 is going to take us into the out range. That's a fly ball. Deep left field. Conforto goes back to the track and makes the catch. No home runs in this game. Last couple of games I played, I had a lot of home runs. Justin Turner. That's an 8. That's tough again. 18. A tough 18 is a strikeout. So Turner down on strikes, 2 away. Looks like it's going to be an easy inning for Smith. That's an 8 again. Tough 36. A tough 36 is a strikeout. Machado swinging for the fences as usual. Trying to inflate his numbers to get a big contract. He hasn't signed yet. Hasn't signed yet. But, you know, he's, I don't know, man. Good ball player. Austin Jackson against Kenta Maeda. Maeda's still in there. Kenta Maeda is still in there. I believe Maeda's still in there. Maeda. I go back into the scorebook. Yeah, it was Dylan Floro, and then Maeda took over for Dylan Floro. Hopefully, Maeda finishes off this game. We're in the top of the ninth now. It's an 8-1 game. 8. That's a tough 50. Tough 50 for Jackson. That's a strikeout. So Austin Jackson down on strikes. Next is Flores. Flores is 0 for 4. And that's an 8. That's a tough 97. A tough 97 is a fly ball to left. And Peterson with the catch. Almost called him Pedersen again. And Todd Frazier. Oh no, it's Michael Conforto. What did I just do? I'm speeding it up a little bit. Okay, Michael Conforto from Maeda. 6 in play. 83 in play. 83 is a fly ball center field. Verdugo right there. Go to the bottom of the ninth. Last licks for the Dodgers. Excuse me. Must be all those Cuban cigars. Max Muncy. Max Muncy against Drew Smith. Muncy's 1 for 3. It's a 7. A 7 is a tough 13. A tough 13 is a strikeout. Verdugo's 0 for 3. He's due. 5. That's patient. 43. Patient 43 is a base on balls. Bellinger. That's a 4. That's ballpark. A 50. A ballpark 50 against a right-hander. That's a deep drive to center field. Austin goes back to the track. Looks up. It's out of here. Cody Bellinger. 2-run shot. 8-3 now. No doubter. Bellinger got a hold of that one right from the wheelhouse. I actually, you know what? I read it wrong. That's too bad. It's a 4. It's a ballpark. I had to look here first, and it's a righty. Let's go back. So that, yep, gonna have to replay that. You're gonna have to call New York. Gonna have to look at the replay, and it's a 50. So it is wheelhouse, but we can't use the 50. Right? We just rolled it, so that puts us in the wheelhouse. So now we're gonna have to pull a card, see what happens. It's 1-62 versus a right-hander. But let's see what happens. And it's a 39. It's a deep drive center field. Austin to the track, to the wall, looks up. It's out of here. Cody Bellinger. Deja vu. Seems like that just happened. Drew Smith wishes he had that pitch back. Not going to impress the coach that way. 8-3. Mets up here in the bottom of the ninth with 1 out. Yasmani Grandal. 10. That's in play. A 21 in play. 21 is a line drive base hit for Grandal. Action in the Met bullpen. Yes, sirree. Action in the Met bullpen. 8-3. 1 out. Bottom of the ninth at Dodger Stadium. Yasiel Puig. It's a 7. That's a tough pitch. A 60. A tough 60. Take us into the out range. It's a ground ball to third base. We rolled a 7. It's a double play there. It's a double play there. It's a 5, 4, 3. Game is over. Todd Frazier to McNeil. Back to Flores. The game is over. 5, 4, 3. Round the horn double play to end it. And deGrom goes 16-4. Line scores. Mets, 8 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. Dodgers, 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Both teams left 5 on base. And that's all. And I'm going to play a couple more games tonight. I've been kind of playing a game, waiting a couple hours, watching a movie, reading a book, and coming back, playing another game. I want to finish this. I'd love to finish this. I got 4 more starts after this. I'd like to finish this today. That'd be great, but I doubt it. I think I'm going to probably get too tired and fall asleep. But I'm going to take about an hour off and find out what's up for dinner. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting, man. And if anybody watches this, please give me some thumbs up. It's always good to see that some guys were around and checked it out. It's nice to see that. I watch these all the time. Thanks, man. I appreciate you stopping by, Beatles. I watch these all the time, and sometimes I even pop them in to listen to them in my car as I go to work. It relaxes me, and I think about the game and so on. So I love watching these, and I'm going to watch one tonight. Somebody just put one up there a little while ago. He recorded it yesterday. Yep. And I'm going to watch that a little while, or later tonight. Or sometimes I wake up at 5 a.m. and I turn them on, and I just chill out and I relax. And sometimes they put me to bed. They put me to sleep, and then I wake up and I kind of rewind it. And so it's very relaxing. It's good stuff. All right, take care. Bye now.